Hey Flosstube, this is Christy, Salty Stitcher Designs. I'm back for video number 95, and I think today we're going to talk a little bit of Lady of the Flag beading. We're going to talk about some WIPs that I've been working on, some stitch-alongs. I have a temperature chart, and we're still trying to get through some WIPGO for the month of February and moving into March. So I hope you'll stick around and join me for a few minutes, and we'll chat stitching. Okay, so you may have noticed that I'm in a slightly different spot, different background. I officially moved out of my house on base, and I'm in their bachelor's quarters, so it's a little bit small, but yeah, I'm here, and we're just trying to simplify life a little bit before I retire. I think today I am 89 days until my retirement, which is kind of scary, kind of cool, and I'm just looking forward to a lot of fun things ahead, namely moving down to Florida. So again, we're just trying to simplify things, and I've started moving my stuff down to Florida already, but I still have all my cross stitch with me, and you probably could see it kind of piled up right there and on the bed behind me, but we're just going to make this work. Life can be messy, and we're just going to make it work. So we'll go with that. The first thing I wanted to start off with is a shop update and designing updates, and my first cross-stitch retreat. So we'll start with the shop updates. So right now, as I simplify everything and move stuff to Florida, everything that I have is either with Hoffman and Yarn Tree. So if you want paper patterns, go through your local needlework shop, and they can order my patterns through the distributor. The distributor has all of them. And then if you want a digital copy, you can go to my Etsy site. And I have my digital copies there. Anything that was in the store that's not a digital copy, unfortunately, the movers have it. It's on its way to Florida. I'm not going to see it until June. So that means thread packs, bags, some paper charts that were on there. Not going to see that until June, unfortunately, but my original patterns, if you want a copy, they're on the Etsy site, or you can go through your local needlework shop. I also forgot we're going to talk a little bit about Nashville Needlework Market, because that's coming up, and I know shops are just in full swing doing pre-orders and organizing the pre-orders and getting ready to head to Nashville to buy some stuff. So that is so much fun, and I will post in the video what I have pre-ordered from two shops. This year I've pre-ordered from Garon Stitchery, and I've pre-ordered from Just Keep Stitching Co., which is Steph Schaffner's new shop. So trying to spread the love around, but those are primarily the two shops that I ordered from this year. And so I'll show you that in a few minutes. So that is the shop update. So then I just want to jump into the retreat. And I think with video number 95, I wanted to go back and tell you my story and how I started stitching, and then I think the retreat will make a whole lot of sense. So I think I started stitching when I was 16 years old, at least, maybe 13. I don't know. My mom started me on some crafts. I have a video way back when where I have my first cross stitch project, and I show some other things, kind of the what I found in mom's closet segment. I'll try and look back and link that video, but it's back probably in the 20s, 30s, I think. Anyway, so fast forward all the way to 2019. I was on a family cruise. It was one of our bucket list trips to South Africa, and we did a safari, and then we jumped on a cruise ship, which went around South Africa. I took a bunch of amazing pictures, and while I was on the ship, it happened to be Oceania Cruise Line, we would go to the stitching, a stitching event. It was on the cruise ship's plan of the day, and Aunt Judy, she did a lot of needlework. She does a lot of quilting. So Aunt Judy and I, we would go to the stitching time on the cruise ship. And I brought this. These are kits. You've probably seen them in shops. This happens to be an eyeglass case, but it was a little needlepoint kit. So it came with kind of the pattern, and I guess it wasn't plastic. It was more of a mesh. And then it came with one needle and all of the threads. And the pattern was painted on the front, and you just kind of followed the pattern and used the threads that made sense. And the deal was, if you went to the stitching event on the cruise ship, you could get one for free. So you picked up a kit for free. You would do your stitching, and then you could bring it back during the cruise and swap it out for a new pattern. So Aunt Judy and I, we just made quick work out of eyeglass cases, little coin purses. There's one that even holds a small Kindle. And we just had a ball. The cruise was a long one. It was 17 days. So we were able to do quite a number of these. And this kind of renewed my love for stitching. So this is back in 2019. And I had taken a bunch of pictures on this cruise, and my husband told me, hey, why don't you, I bet you can make a cross-stitch pattern out of it. And I'm like, sure, there's probably an app for that. And I found one on the ship while we were in port. I downloaded the app. I forget what app, I don't think it exists anymore, and turned a picture of some lions into a cross-stitch pattern. And when I got home, I kitted it up. Not sure what I was doing, but I used 14 count Aida, used DMC, had about 80 colors in it, and I started stitching. And if you've watched some of my early videos, you've seen the lions. I will put a picture up here. I need to stop by Aunt Judy's house because she has the finished FFO of the lions. I have not seen it yet. But anyway, it took me a number of years, and that just kind of started Salty Stitcher Designs. The idea was born on a cruise ship, and yeah, when I was talking with Niecy Lynn and Patty Penn, so this is just long story. I'm gonna finish it here. I was talking with Niecy Lynn and Patty Penn, and we wanted to do a retreat, and with my retirement coming up, I started a new travel business. I started a new travel agency, Castle and Compass Adventures. That is my own agency. And I'm planning travel, and I thought, why not just combine the two loves at the same time and plan a retreat, and using my new travel business. So that is what we did. That is what we came up with. Patty Penn loves celebrity, so we just picked celebrity as our cruise line of choice. We found an itinerary and a time that works for everyone. So yeah, this is how it's coming all full circle, where we started Salty Stitcher Designs on a cruise ship, started a travel business. I love cruising, and we're just going to do the first retreat. It is the Whips and Waves cross-stitch retreat at sea, and it is September 12th through the 18th in 2027. So plenty of time to save up for it, plenty of time to throw it on your calendar. I know there are a lot of retreats out there, but I would be honored, and I would love for you to join us. Again, Niecy Lynn, Patty Penn, Stitching with My Kitties, they're linked below. And there's a sign-up sheet, a sign-up form for the cruise and the retreat. That sign-up sheet goes directly to me. So again, take one hat off, put another hat on. I'm your travel agent for this trip. and that information goes straight to me, and all of the monies go straight to me, and it is put right back into the business of planning the retreat and planning your travel to make it just the most wonderful trip that you have. This retreat is going to be perfect for beginners. If you've never been to a retreat, this is completely accessible. This is a lot of fun. It is going to be pretty mellow, and I say mellow because this is meant to be a vacation. We're not going to be sitting in conference rooms. We'll be sitting in different spaces on the ship, just stitching and having a lot of fun with the drink of your choice. We'll be visiting some amazing places. So we'll be pulling into the Turks and Caicos, pulling into Bimini, and pulling into Key West. Key West happens to be my favorite place to pull into, and I expect that we're just going to have a whole lot of fun. So I am going to be designing a few patterns that I will kit up and provide to you. I'm still working on some goodies to give away, so that you'll get a bag full of goodies. And you know my mom makes project bags, so you know I definitely have that in the works. My sister makes beaded products, so you know there's something in the works there. And Patty Penn is absolutely amazing. She doesn't know this yet, but I'm going to ask her to gen up a little something. And I don't know if you've ever received a gift from Patty Penn, but they are particularly special. So Patty, this is the warning. I'll be giving you a call to chat about that. So that is the Whips and Waves cross-stitch retreat. That is my story. That's how it started, how it's coming full circle in 2027, and I hope you can join us. The link is below, and yeah, I think that is about it. So I'm going to get a little reset here and be right back with what I've been stitching. Okay, so I am not going to bury the lead now. I'm just going to start off with the one thing that I've been working on, and it is Lady of the Flag beading. And many of you know that I did the blue conversion. Blue conversion. So I put her back on this scroll rod. I had debated beading her in a hoop, which seemed to be a non-starter because there's so many beads. I didn't want to crack them. There's no way to get it taut. So I debated beading her in hand, and that just felt incredibly unruly. So she went back on a scroll rod, and while I'm trying to simplify things, this was just unavoidable. So in my last video that I showed you me kitting her up, putting her on the scroll rod, and then I posted on my Instagram that I had completed her crown. I'm just going to put her up here for a minute. I had completed her crown. I had completed kind of the beads up in her staff, and I completed the beads in the lantern. And when I rolled this up here, there is some felt on the top to kind of protect the beads. And then I'm hoping, I'm not pulling it too tight, and because you can see here, this is kind of flipping, so it's not drum tight. There's still a little give. I'm hoping that the felt, both on the top and bottom, protect it. Add a little bit more padding around the edges, and then as I roll it, the fabric itself will continue to protect it. So what I've worked on since, and this is going to be a little, okay, we're just going to try and go with this. Maybe I will stand up and do it this way. There we go. Okay. So what I worked on, since we chatted last, I worked on beading her dress. So we've got some blue beads in here. We've got some white beads. And these are all converted. These are not the original beads. And that conversion is online on my website. I did redo my website a little bit. So I'd love for you to head over and maybe sign up for my newsletter on the website. That would be really helpful to me. So I was working on the stars here in her dress. These are white beads, and working my way, and I'm working my way down. I did finish the stars in the flag, so I finished the flag as well. So now we're just I'm working my way down her dress, work on this area, continue to work down, and this is all beads right here. Uh-oh. I hope that wasn't loud. That was my microphone moving around. Okay, so yeah, that's where we're going to go next. This is what we've done so far. Kind of a close-up. I absolutely love how it's looking. She's pretty incredible, and I know some of you who just got your copy. She is full coverage. So I think I've said this a few times, I would stitch her like it's a full coverage project. And I don't know what the new pattern looks like. I don't think it's changed appreciably since the old one, but some of the symbols are a little confusing, so just keep an eye on that so you don't have to go back. But she is a lot, but she is beautiful, and I'm just so excited to see some of my I know some of my stitchy friends are doing the teal conversion. Some are doing green. Some are doing the blue. So this is pretty exciting. I'm excited for everyone that got their hands on another copy of Lady of the Flag, and then also, sorry, this camera keeps moving, and Queen of Freedom. So yeah, I am heading to Florida next week, so I am going to bring a few cross-stitch projects, but I don't think I'm bringing Lady of the Flag with me. So I will work on her in a couple weeks when I get back. But the beading has been, there we go. Beading has been a lot easier than I thought it would be, although maybe get an extra couple packets of beads. I know I keep dropping the beads. I mean, as you can see, I don't have a kind of a stitching area, so I find myself beading while sitting upright in my bed, and I'm just dropping beads all over the place. I finally found my tacky bill from way back when. Can't believe I found that, but so maybe I'll try to put the tacky bill in place, but I don't know, just keeping all the beads straight and keeping the symbols and everything straight. I find that keeping the beads in the case are more helpful, so I don't get confused about which beads go where. So, all right, that is Lady of the Flag, and let's keep going. Okay, I think we're gonna stick with some patriotic stitching, and the other chart that I'm working on and will work on, because it's a WIPGO call. Let me pull my WIPGO back up. There we go. It's a WIPGO call, is American Folk Art, and this was a Teresa Kogut. Moving it over a bit. Okay. This was a Teresa Kogut release in, it was a Patreon release, June 2025, for those who pay for tier 2, 3, and 4. This looked like a lot of fun. I think when did I start it? I think I may have started it at StitchCon. It was, I think so. But I kitted it up using floss bags, which I find I'm really enjoying. And I think this is a Garon toten bag cover, on an 6-inch, maybe 6 or 8 inch. I think it's an 8-inch Q snap. And this is where I am so far. So last time I worked on it, I worked on the wing, and that wing is marvelous. So I did brighten up the colors, so this is not all of the called for colors. I did start with the shade that Teresa said, and then maybe bumped it up to a brighter shade from there, but I am really enjoying this. And then I think in my last Zoom call with Nisi and Patty, they suggested, so I have 1776 here, and instead of doing this star, charting 2025, or sorry, 2027. So 7076 and then 2026. What is going on? All right, 2026 for the 250th year. So I think that's what we're going to do for that. So yeah, this is American Folkart. And the WIPGO calls, we could pretty much start there, is number 3 and 4 for March, and American Folkart was a WIPGO call. So we have we'll be doing double duty here. So I don't think I'll get it finished, but I think I should be able to finish. That's a lot of neck. So maybe the goal is to finish the wing and then maybe finish the bird's head. And that'll be a great March goal. Okay, so that is American Folkart and Lady of the Flag. And then what else was I working on? So February, the WIPGO call was 5 in 22. So as always, needed to work on one of my own designs, which I've been designing again. So that's a lot of fun. So I'll have a series of designs coming out, and yeah, I'll be working on that. The goal is to have at least 5 or 6 designs ready to go for needlework marketplace, online, the virtual one. It was Expo, now Needlework Marketplace. But one of the other patterns that I was going to work on is a long dog sampler. So this is Anzak. I should probably show you. Let me go ahead and show you the... There we go, long dog sampler. That is Anzak, so it is Australia and New Zealand, and all of the cool animals around it. And that's what I have so far. So you can see I'm doing all of the animals up on top in red. This is a silk. I started Australia, the continent, in green. There are some things that look like stars to me, or constellations. I'm going to do those in yellow. And then I haven't decided what I'm going to stitch New Zealand, what color I'm stitching New Zealand in. I think I may do a black silk, but I have not decided yet. So that is Anzak. And it just so happens that for March, Anzak was called again. So not just a long dog sampler, but Anzak was called again. So I'm going to be taking this with me to Florida. So Anzak also shares a bag with an ink circles pattern, cardinal points. And this is my oldest. Cardinal points is my oldest WIP, and that is cardinal points. This is also long dog sampler. And so I did a little stitching. I did a little stitching on cardinal points. It's a little slow going. There is some progress, but I did make some progress moving down the side. So there's a lot of color changes in this one, especially in, I think you would call it the vines. So I'm working through that. This is a Fortnite Fabric Magnificent. It's a 40 or 46 count. And I'm stitching all of the called for gentle art. Yep, they're just gentle art. So gentle art threads. So for cardinal points. So we'll go ahead and keep that in the same bag, and we'll plan on taking this to Florida next week. All right, so we've got 2 going, and then we're just going to shift over. Let's see. So for WIPGO in February, I'm just looking down at my pattern or my WIPGO chart here. I was supposed to start the Disney cats. I did not start it yet. I haven't decided whether, I think I may take it to Florida with me. I may take the Disney cats to Florida, although it is going to be a pretty busy trip. So that's number 5, and then I'll show you the lanterns in a minute, but before that I did start a temperature chart. This is my own. This is my own temperature chart. It is the ocean temperature chart. I designed this, when was this? This was back in 2023. I designed this, and I decided to do it, that says Miami, Florida, but I decided to do it for my new home in St. Cloud, Florida this year. So each fish starts the month off. That's the first day of the month, and then the bubbles represent the rest of the days of the month, and then the corals are just something fun to have at the bottom. But this is the ocean temperature chart, and this is where I'm at. I am not up to date, so you can see I started February. But I haven't stitched the rest of it. So I'm going to take this with me, finish up February, and start March. But I love these corals. I love this fabric. It's a little looser than I want. I think it's a 32 count, but I wanted something where I could see the bubbles a little bit. So, you know, usually I stitch on 40 count, but really wanted to see the bubbles. So this has been a lot of fun so far. It's absolutely beautiful. I don't know where I got this fabric from. I think I purchased it on Etsy while I was, you know, doing a massive purchase for just different blues for another project. But I'm sure Leslie at Under the Sea Fabric has something similar to this. And you really just need a dark blue where you're happy with the variegation. You could do light blue as well, but I think some of my colors in the temperature scale are blue, so I really wanted to go. I knew in Florida that I would not get to this dark blue as a color. It wasn't going to get that cold, so I chose the darker blue because I knew it wasn't going to clash with any of the yellows, oranges, greens of that corresponded to the temperatures that I would see in Florida. So yeah, that is my temperature chart. So we're cruising along. Again, I can't show you the Disney cats. I do have it kitted up. I have not started it yet. But we'll take the temperature chart with us. And lanterns. I'm going to show you the lanterns. So this I think I showed this to you before. I did take it off the big roller frame just so I can stitch on it a little bit easier while I'm traveling. Be helpful. if I showed you a picture. There it is. So this is the lanterns. I took this picture in Hoi An, Vietnam, while looking down an alley. It was, do I have this upside down again? No, I had it right. Okay. Ooh, I thought I was going crazy. I had it right. So I'm working up here in the top left corner. And this is where I am so far. So I've been working on filling in this big red and orange lantern. And also I had been working on finishing this. So I finished this going across. I was working on the greens, also on these oranges, and got through this whole mess of confetti up here. And I've been working down here. So I'm pretty excited with that. This is going to go away for the month of March. It was not a call, one of my full coverage calls, so this will not be going to Florida with me, but it's going to come back out, I'm sure, later on in the year. Okay, another stitch along that I forgot to mention is Freak for the Beak. It's from Boomerang Stitches. Nisi Lynn and Patty Penn and I are working on Freak for the Beak. Sorry, I'm trying not to show you the chart here. There it is. Okay. Boomerang Stitches, this is Freak for the Beak. I think I saw this at StitchCon and had to have it. I love all these birds. They're pretty funky. I think I've mentioned it before, I don't think I'm gonna stitch Freak for the Beak. I think I'm just gonna stitch just the birds. And let's put, so Patty Penn, it's on her Flosstube. It's also on her Instagram. This thing keeps moving. It's also on her Instagram, but she has a picture of it broken up. By bird, by month and by bird. And she's going across the top. So I kind of went down first and now I'm going back across. But this is what I have so far. So I'm working my way over and I think I'm behind a bird. I think I need to catch up and finish maybe 2 more birds. So this is going to be coming with. So that is Freak for the Beak. And I'm looking at it, so all right, so let's go into, I'm going to reset here and let's go into what I'm going to be stitching for WIPGO this month, 3 and 4. Okay, so we're going to go into a few more plans here for WIPGO. So the first thing on the list for WIPGO, number 3 on my WIPGO anyway, was Big Red Ship of Life. So this is in ink circles. And I've put this in multiple places because I really want to get this done. I'm stitching it on a 40 count, I think it's like a platinum linen. And this is where I am so far. I would really like to make it over to the end, which is a couple pages. I'm stitching this with Silks for You, an Australian company, and I'm using one of their blues, the reds, and the golds. So I'm really enjoying Big Red Ship. And I'm glad she was called again, so really excited to bring her back out. So Big Red Ship is going in, and then we have as a full coverage I have Harry and Bessie. So these are my husband's cats, named after Harry and Bessie Truman. Harry is up here, and this is Bessie. This is, as you can probably see, it's actually a color photo, but they were sitting on a black couch, and they are black and white cats predominantly. So, but you know, the pattern is translating them a little bit in green, and I can see kind of the tinting and how it's bringing out some green colors, but I guess it's more green, more gray than anything. But yeah, there's a lot of green tints in them, so I'm really anxious to finish his face to see if it comes together. Yep, so that's where we are. So just working my way through the confetti, really confetti heavy as you can imagine. So that is one of the full coverages. We have the Disney cats that I need to catch up on, and the second full coverage is my Pelican. I'm so excited that that's coming out. I don't think I'm taking the full coverages with me to Florida, although they are part of the March stitching, so I am going to have to take them with me on travel sometime. But this is the Pelican. I mentioned that cruise earlier that we were on. I took this picture of the Pelican while I was on that cruise in Namibia. Did a little filtering with the colors, enhanced the colors of the beak, but all those colors were indeed in her beak. She's just gorgeous. And this is where I'm at right now, trying to get all of the water done, and then we'll shift into the Pelican body and the Pelican's head. So I think I'm gonna leave the beak for last, but trying to get all that the blue water finished. So that's where we are on the Pelican. And so we've got the Pelican. I already showed you American Folkart, so that's going to stay out. And Harry and Bessie, Big Red Ship, Pelican, Anzak, I showed you that, so that's back out. And Disney cats. I think I showed you that in the last video. And then the one WIP, this is not on WIPGO, but the one WIP that I think maybe we can all relate to in some way, shape, or form is this one. This is my needlepoint project. In case of outrage, clutch tightly. I don't know about you, but I've been doing that a lot lately. And I'm just working on, so I finished the pearls, I finished the lettering in black, I finished the border, and then the skinny internal border, and now I'm working my way across, and it's just going to be red straight across the canvas. And I think it's going to turn out well. You can see a little bit how it's going to turn out, and I'm just using a straight up basket weave. So if you look at the back, you can see that the pattern, that it looks like a basket weave pattern, but it's just half stitches. It's just the way you stitch them diagonally across, and it creates that pattern. Oh, that's not good. I don't like this needle minder. I bought this needle minder at Hobby Lobby, and the magnet is not great, so keeps falling off. I'm gonna have to find a better solution there. But anyway, this is in case of outrage, my needlepoint project. So I think she's gonna stay by the bed, and I'll continue to work on her. These are silk. This is my color palette. It's Vineyard Silk Classic. Actually, yeah, there it is. I believe that's the red that I'm using. So that's been a lot of fun to dig into, and hold please. So I got all the way through the video, almost finished editing, and I forgot to mention what I'm purchasing at Nashville Needlework Market. So again, like I said earlier, I placed a couple orders from Garon Stitchery and Just Keep Stitching Co. They, in my opinion, have done an amazing job. There are other shops that have done a great job, but they have, in particular, have done an amazing job keeping their websites up to date and showing customers what exactly they can pre-order. You can do it directly for Just Keep Stitching Co. You can do it directly on the website and pay, so you know exactly what you're spending, what you're budgeting. For Garon Stitchery, it's a simple email, but Gary and Ronnie do a fantastic job keeping their website up to date. As soon as emails come in from designers, they update their website with the latest market releases. So both of them have been doing a fantastic job. I love giving them my money. That is who I chose to support this year. And so I am predominantly stitching the Beneath the Waves patterns. I did not buy all of them. There's just too many to buy. But I did buy the thread pack, and I did buy, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, maybe 13 of them. And then I also purchased the cookbook because I really like to keep that on hand. I think people have amazing recipes, and especially if they're family recipes, and that's, I think, really cool among all of the designs in there as well. So I bought the cookbook, and then I bought, I believe it's another Boomerang Stitches pattern. But I'm going to go ahead and I took screenshots from Just Keep Stitching Co. Steph, I hope you don't mind. But I took screenshots of my favorites, and it includes, I'm going to go and say 98% of what I pre-ordered. And my plan for Beneath the Waves is I'm going to find one big piece of fabric, and I think I'm going to stitch all of them on the same fabric. And I'm going to maybe do some work arranging them in a certain way so that it just looks like one, I guess, big ocean of different deep sea predators and possibly prey, but probably mostly predators I saw out there. So I'm really excited for that, and I will come up with a plan once the patterns come in. But yeah, it's going to be one big massive project. I wish I could stitch them all on there, but that just seems crazy. And all of those patterns are beautiful. I love the colors. So I'm going to drop those screenshots in there. They do have prices. And again, I did purchase from Just Keep Stitching Co. and Garon Stitchery. So thank you guys for going and spending the time to go get those amazing patterns for us. I wish I could go and help this year, but it's just not in the cards. But I know you guys are having a fantastic time, and I'm really excited to see the patterns coming out. Again, another shameless plug. My trunk show is at Memphis Sarah E at Stitchers Memphis. So if you want to also give her a call, you can get a hard copy of my patterns, my new patterns there. She does have my models in my trunk show at the moment, so that's exciting. I have to remember to grab it from her at some point, but I'm just going to let her hang on to it for now. So another great shop in the local Memphis area, so if you're driving through, please stop there as well. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and throw the slideshow in there, and then we'll finish up the video. think that is it. Thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoyed this video, you want to keep in touch, see how retirement is going, see how my stitching is going, please feel free to like and subscribe. It's a small thing you can do and it helps us tremendously to get the videos out there. Again, if you're looking to travel, look up Castle and Compass Adventures. I'll link it below. I book cruises, Disney trips, Universal, all-inclusives, hotels, flights, anywhere you want to go in the world. I'm pretty sure I can help you. So I'm pretty excited about that. So if you're looking to travel, I am honored and happy to guide you through that. And yeah, I think that's it. I'm going to try and jump on maybe for a couple shorts while I'm in Florida and show you what I'm working on, but it's going to be a pretty busy and quick trip. So thanks for watching. If you want to keep up with my travels and what I'm doing on the travel side, check out Castle and Compass Adventures on YouTube. I'll also link it down there, and you can see some of my previous trips and where I've been traveling. And yeah, I think we'll end it here. Happy to see everyone, and I'll see you in a few weeks. Bye.